First of all, I would like to thank you, Chris, for considering me as a representative concerning asset management in distressed situations and expert in the real estate industry. In my present position at Connect Limited, I advise workout departments of financial institutions and services regarding real estate workout to improve the exit. This also includes workouts of distressed loan portfolios and corporate restructurings and turnarounds. I have to admit that clients use me more for getting the job done, working as an interim manager, or even to take over real estates in own managed SPVs. In Germany we use for that the structure of GmbH und Co. KG Kommanditgesellschaft, rather than use us as an advice counselor or advisor. Partly we assume limited risk by fixing with the bank an exit price, letting them as guarantee only the land registered loan. Therefore our risk to realize an exit higher than that agreed price to cover our costs. However, on the other hand, I had to focus to manage these complex situations to minimize risk using effective IT solutions. First, we use standard software solutions for our projects: property management, sales agent software integrated in web solutions, or budgeting accounting systems to finish building projects or conversions. And to integrate data and to get a total picture, we used Excel sheet with a lot of nice macros. Doing this, I realized that it is quite difficult to get a detailed overview, especially if you have to be audit proven. What does it mean, audit proven? For us, very simple. Documents must be integrated into the solution, so an integrated DMS system, document management system. We need a web view or web interface for bankers as manager of the process for their online tracking and a maximum of transparency. And we had to integrate other members or participants working on these projects to check their results and quality. Really positive concerning a quality of asset manager, fund manager activities was and is the financial crisis. Don't blame me, please, for that. It's not my fault. There was no easy money these days anymore. However, fund and asset managers are not selling their real estates, but needed then to manage these assets, such as real estate and portfolios. This is a hard work and needs good organization. Consequently, they needed local management to be integrated. They used before local management, but it wasn't integrated at all. They has to have valid and actual information databases and management to combine and to communicate with all participants and processes. In comparison, I have to admit, with other industries like automotive or logistic, see the tracking system of DHL, for example, real estate is still in the beginning. Complex, disciplinary professionals has to work together, so it's really a complicated business area, like purchase agent, property facility and asset manager, architect, other technicians, craftsman, lease agent, tax and legal advisor, notary, servicer, tenant, supplier, provider, building departments and other authorities. And they all, I assume, has their own isolated professional solution, but to change data they still need the same Excel sheets and use Excel sheets. I want to mention only Oscar. That's an association for standardized data sets in the real estate industry, and that's the right way. That will be the future. They are now standardizing lease contracts to really exchange them fast within the members of the real estate industry. Workout management learned here too. The market realized one thing from loan servicing that concerns real estate based loans. If your task is to lose less, then you have to take care of the collateral. So banks at the beginning used or founded own companies who took over premium assets or real estates, beginning with 10 million euros and more, to make an active asset management with them and sell them afterwards performing. In the second step, US influenced Rio management, real estate owned management, even retail property, so apartments and single family homes were managed positively. let me describe different business situation or areas in MBS structures, because we always have the same elements. We have a bank with a loan for a borrower, debtor, and somebody who I call it manager, the building and the properties itself. Regarding now multifamily homes privatization, we find one bank, one loan, one city or region as an owner, and one manager. A centralized management structure. Here I simplified use FM, PM, AM as one manager, and a lot of properties. The same with High Street, another well-known example, with a uniform management of properties. Another category is securitized commercial mortgages. The big challenge here is that we get multiple borrowers and owners within specific single property management. No equal organization and management structure. That makes it really complicated. And you see it here, I showed here with the yellow bubbles. It gets more complicated if you have a syndicated situation with more banks. There I have to make a congratulate Dilip of Colonial Capital. They managed their first syndicated business with 4 banks, even if it was only one borrower. The same, congratulations, because I can imagine it was really tough to deal with 4 banks. All this gets even more complex if you're getting in a stressful situation. Shown here you have 2 areas of stress then. One is if you have a lack of coordination between the property managers, if they are diffuse, let's say, if they have a heterogeneous structure, and the other one is a syndicated area. I come back to multifamily home privatization. Sorry that I spoke about the other areas of real estate financing. Now you want to know what happens in the multifamily home business, what went wrong, and what will be the future. I think the other partners here and participants are, even in some areas, are better to answer everything. I just want to give you some ideas. The expectations between parties, state, counties, or public companies and investors were in big part contradicting and controversial. Housing had a social context and simple standards which were partly not well maintained with the BEMA, so backlog maintenance and repair. Nice speaking, as a result, no prime properties were privatized. And the second big lack of facility and property management with a general misunderstanding. One party got the idea that professional and good management means good property management, and the other party got the idea that good management means good financial and cash flow management. But even here participants learned their lessons. 2 of 3 companies have a board of directors with less than 2 years experience in that position. The third company has a board with extensive knowledge in real estate business. I think the average of each board member is more than 5 years in the board. Their best example is their approach in taking care of their tenants, a genuinely hospitable customer and tenant-related service. In addition, all companies are very active concerning figures, visibility and transparency. I think that comes from the rating requirements. Normally I would say multifamily homes investing in CMBS structures is highly risky, and I'm sure some of the participants were surprised about the business and complexity. The positive result was that we found a homogeneous and central-driven management, so one organization. Even if mistakes were done, not realizing all components of the business, the investor and management got the possibility to learn, correct mistakes and improve. I want to resume speaking about the future. Concerning ABS with real estate as assets, I think a major factor is to achieve integrated closed organization, integrated processes, structures and workflow between facility, property and asset management, with common rules to perform better and guarantee some quality. We need to build up standards concerning all management processes in that industry. That includes PM activities, data standards, OSCA, remember lease standards at association, and other standards. Just to make one example, maybe some of you know due diligence processes concerning real estate. In reality, it happens that 80% of effort is collecting the documents, and 10, maybe 20% of the effort is to check and audit these documents by experts. if that would be a normal professional organization or standard, it should be that all documents are always up to date, and so you save the 80% of collecting. The same we use in our system stock rating as consulting service, which is a rating only concerning the information quality about the real estates. This helps the banks for realizing, or is a realizing process for them, to see what they got and where are the gaps. Consider that syndicated project, as I told before, making everything more complex, and if it's getting distressed, it's very, very important that you get an integration between special servicer, asset manager, property manager, and is a must. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to answer your questions, or here now or after.